A man will always be a man, and a woman will always be a woman.
They demand equality. And I always tell my female friends that this is not about equality, it's about equity.
About equality. I always talk with Motherland Queens on my channel, telling them that there is no man in this world who wants a woman who demands equality. Today we have a king himself in a house. He is a nutritionist, dietitian, and he is a physiotherapist. You might have watched him on a TV, social media, radios, or maybe you met him in person. Besides that, he's a businessman, he's a family man, and he's a good dad. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet Dr. George Ken.
Thank you for that introduction. I'm glad and I'm really happy to be here at the Motherland Queen.
So, guys, remember, we said he's a good dad. That means any question I'm going to ask, he's a good person to ask. So, is it true that men are in marriages suffering, but they don't want to talk about it at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Men are suffering, and it is something that we've got to put on attention of people.
Okay.
Statistics shows that 1 in 7 men are suffering. They are being tormented, they are being violated, and the world is quiet about it.
You want to mean that the world is favoring women than you men? Because that's how it sounds.
Yeah, in the current generation, that is really true. You can see most of the initiatives that have been put up, they are all defending the girl child. Who is defending the boy child? Everything is seconded. All the laws that are being in the constitutions are all favoring the girl child, and the boy child has been left away. So this goes back to how the boy children is raised, you know. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't start from the family. The suffrage does not start from the family or from the marriage. Mm. It starts from the upbringing, the nurturing of this boy, you know. If you look at the current generation, we're having very many mothers focusing on boys and girls at large. But, I mean, there are no father figures in the families. And now, these boys are feminized. They grow up not knowing how to defend themselves. Remember, one of the masculine dynamics is to protect, you know. There's no way how a female is going to teach a man or a male to be protective of himself. That is supposed to be taught by a man or by a father or a father figure. We're having a lot of single mothers. And they are initiating what they know. Their dynamics as females. For example, you find that most of the boy children nowadays, they are raised by females. And if you look at the history of men, men are not raised by female. So most of the boys are now feminized and they are behaving like female. So there's no way how they can protect themselves from this harsh society. Men are supposed to be protective and proactive in nature. But then when they are raised in a way that is favoring females only and not holding on to, helping them to hold on to their values, at the end of the day, they are losing it all. Now, if they go with this mentality in the marriages, they are going to suffer more.
Wow. I've never heard of that. So, what are those common issues that men face in marriage and they don't want to talk about it at all?
All right. That's a very wonderful question. Mm-hmm. Now, talking about the problems that men are facing, it's something that we need to give a lot of time. But let me just give you a few.
Okay.
I'm taking you back to how I started. That this starts from way back in the nurturing. And we need to make division on how girls are supposed to be raised and how
men are supposed to be raised.
And how boys or men are supposed to be raised. You know, if a boy child is raised well, with right masculine characters, he cannot be compromised. He cannot be manipulated.
Okay.
You know, he can't compromise where manipulation is. He will know what to do with himself. He will get to know how to defend himself. some of the things that are making these men to suffer are things that were made when they are, for example, when they are coming up. For example, you find when a man is crying of being beaten, men feel inferior most of the time. But this goes back to men, we call them weak men. There's no way how you can manipulate an alpha man, especially when it comes to the African setting. We are raised to be alphas. We are raised to dominate, But the fact that these females are feminizing these boys according to how they know or what they want to get from them, or according to the other cultures, for example, Western cultures, they copy and paste and then want their African men to behave like the manipulated society, which is really impossible and which will bring havoc. Now, you find a man crying, like I said. An African man do not cry. Those are weak men. We call them weak men. There's no way how an African man can cry that a woman has beaten me. You allowed that woman to beat you. You understand?
A man should not be beaten.
Yeah, some men come back home and they are locked outside the home.
Wow.
Yes, females asking them, where are you coming from?
Go back.
How can you go back? Yeah, you understand? The way you've mentioned it. Go back from where you're coming from. Go back to your beaches or other women. You understand? But then, where do you get this moral authority? This is my house. This is my home. You understand? I allowed you. The fact that you submitted to me in the first place, coming at my home means submission. Now you submitted to me and you are under my authority, under my leadership, and you're telling me to go back where
I came from.
Like how? How is that possible? So it goes back to weak men. It's only a weak man that can be told to go back and they go back. That they can be left on the doorway, shivering the whole night, and they do nothing. And now when you come back to our African setting, we were raised to face our fears and compromise on everything. Like, you're not supposed to show the society that you're suffering. So you find that there's no way how a man is going to tell other men or even the society that I'm suffering, or they've closed me out, or the woman beats me. Example whereby a man buys food at home, leaves money, leaves funds, provides, and then he comes back and a woman cannot give him food, cannot play her gender roles because she has adjusted to the Western society, Western ways of doing things that I can't cook for a man. They
demand equality.
They demand equality. And I always tell my female friends that this is not about equality, it's about equity.
Okay.
Everyone to play their roles, their gender roles.
About equality. I always talk with Motherland Queens on my channel, telling them that there is no man in this world who wants a woman who demands equality. A man will always be a man, and a woman will always be a woman. So, if you really want to get married, or you want a serious relationship, act as a woman. Stop acting like men, saying that, I can't cook for him. Since we are all working, let me cook today. Tomorrow he's going to cook. Oh, wash the plates, I cook. Ladies, Motherland Queens, let's wake up. Don't copy those women in Western countries. Let's come back to our traditional values. We know what we really need. We know that. We know for our men. We do everything for our men. Those Western men are running away from their countries, coming to Africa to find a Motherland Queen. So this is what Mr. Ken is talking about. Some women, I'm saying some because not all African women are doing that, but some African women do that. They are copying the Western cultures. They also want to behave like them. That's why you find some men here in our motherland, they are suffering with women who are having that attitude. That's what Mr. Ken is talking about. So, Mr. Ken, go on. Sorry for interruption.
Yeah, it's okay. Adding on that point, the suffrage is majorly caused by the society, just like you're saying. The society, how they are making these new boys, these new men. And now we have a problem that there is social media, and most of the girls or the ladies want that kind of life. That life is made You know, you can't just dive in it.
It's even fake, man.
Yeah, yeah, like you say, most of it is actually fake life. And now, like I said, there's no way how this alpha man, this masculine man is going to adjust to those norms and tolerate such behaviors from our females. I believe, like most of well-raised African men, I believe that it is only a man who is weak that can tolerate such behaviors that are demeaning them.
That means weak men are the men who are saying that, the woman is beating me, the woman is doing this, right?
Those are all, yeah.
Those are all weak men.
Those are all weak men.
So real men
cannot cry. They find a solution. They dominate,
wow.
You know. Yeah. There is leadership, you know. One of the attributes of and characters of masculinity is leadership, you know. If you're a man and cannot lead your home well, then you'll be a weak man and you'll be used, you know. So there's a way how females are made. They can only submit to the energies of a strong man. The moment she keeps testing you and you are easily manipulated,
you're behaving like a woman, then a woman becomes like you.
You understand? A woman becomes like you, and then she looks for a higher frequency of a man she can submit to. And if you can't move her away, she's going to stay there and use you as she's waiting for a man who can lead her. You understand?
I'm getting you. That means women respect men who behaves like men. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, they actually respect men, not men who behave like men. They respect men in the real essence of the word.
The word men.
Okay, let me talk about men. Who are men then? What is the character of a man? You know? One, a man must be comfortable in his masculinity. You understand? Number two, a man must be a leader. You must be able to lead. You must be a provider. You understand? A man has got to direct the family or the relationship where he wants that relationship to go. If you that kind of man, then a woman will respect you. She keeps testing you. Consciously or subconsciously, right. Yeah, consciously or subconsciously, she will. And if you just submit, if you keep bending your back to that side to submit to her,
everything,
then she'll become
Plus
the man.
Me, I also don't like yes, man.
Yeah, you understand.
I feel like you're too good. Like,
if a man is comfortable in his masculinity and was nurtured by a male figure, not being compromised by a female or female dynamics, you know, if it's not engraved in that femininity, he cannot easily be manipulated. The problem comes from the way you initiate your relationship, the way you start up your relationship. You must be a man of value. I've been trying to give you the characters of a real man. You have to be a man of value. So show this woman what you really want. Lead her to where you want, but in a gentle way, but in an assertive way, you know. Let her know what you can compromise to, what you can tolerate, and what you can't tolerate. The problem comes from you wanting to change the thing that she has already adjusted to. You didn't show her that you are man enough. You didn't show her that this is what you can tolerate. Now, by the time you introduce it, it is already late. Now she will start seeing you as a toxic man because she's comfortable with already the other compromised man that she knew. Yet you were not that person. So raising a man should be done by fellow men. You know, when you are raised well, when a man is raised well, he can be a good leader and can be that man that a woman wants. A woman will only respect and love that man he cannot manipulate and compromise. If you are that compromisable man, then she takes the energy by herself and she'll get to know that you're not a leader. Women want to be led, even if they say otherwise, but they want to be led.
That's right.
You understand? So at the end of the day, by the time you start showing her that you're different, you want to behave like a man, it will be late for you. Then that's where the wrangles comes from. You're a weak man. She will start abusing you. She will start
making you feel like
making you feel inferior. this home will become her home, and she literally knows that this is now her home. So even if she closes you outside, you already
It's
you
not a
showed
big
her.
deal.
It's not a big deal. Even if you come and you want some sex and
Oh
she
my
denies,
Okay.
it's okay. She's now the man. You understand? She will only question everything because you didn't show her that at the first place.
Okay. Guys, I hope you're enjoying the topic. If you really love this, I want you to go to the comment section. I know we didn't say all of the points, guys. If you have any points and we didn't talk about it, go to the comment section and comment it down there. I'm ready to answer you. So, what can a partner do to create a safe place for a man to open up?
Let me get this clear. You are asking what a woman can do for her man to open up and then share his emotions or how he feels that
Whether
he's
he's
being
hurt
tormented or is hurt. Well, I think this man should just send that partner away.
Oh my God!
Sure. There's no way. I've been telling you this from the start.
Send her away.
Yeah, let her go away. Because there's no way how this female is going to change. There are two things. First, wait, hold on a bit. Hold on. Hold on. Either let him send her away from his home, or let him become a high value man. There are only two things. There is no in between. You know, there's no way how you're going to dialogue with a woman who is already dominating. It is impossible. You understand? Either leave the relationship, send her away, or become a high value man.
Guys, I don't know, maybe because I'm a woman, that's why I'm reacting like this. I feel like sending her away, it's not the reason. That's how I feel about it. Think about it. What if we have 3 kids together? And I want to create a safe place for you to tell me how you feel, how I'm torturing you.
Now, this is the reason why we have very many suffering men. Why is it so easy for a woman to leave the relationship with the kids and become a single mother, but you see it is offensive or offending women for a man to leave the relationship or to send that female away? Can you answer that?
Come again?
Why is it so easy for a female to leave a so-called toxic relationship and leave the man? And then it becomes controversial or bad or toxic if a man does the same. Even the whole world will support that woman. Please, thank you for leaving that man. Thank you for leaving that toxic relationship. Okay. Now I'm telling you the masculine way. If you find yourself compromised and you are suffering as a man, then leave that relationship or send her away. You understand?
Oh my God.
Find other men. There's another alternative. Find other men and they teach you how men behave. Become a high value man.
That's a good question. That's good. But leaving the woman, I felt like, no.
There's a time where...
because, you know why I'm saying no? Because a man, he's a protector and he's a leader. So if I'm a woman, I've done a mistake. Because we all do mistakes. I've done a mistake. And I want to find a way. I'm in a position of a woman who wants to change. That's the type of woman I'm talking about. Okay,
now the problem is not about women, like I told you. The problem is about men. You understand? He's a weak man. That's why I'm saying he either becomes a high value. That's why I'm saying he should either become a high value man, or let him leave the relationship. How can a female torment a man in his own home? So now you are a weak man. You are a female. You are feminized. You understand? I'm not saying that toxicity or being tormented is one of the characters of alpha men. No, I want this to get clear. If a man leads well, this female will submit.
That's good.
If a man is feminized, he will become more like a female. And now, the fact that this woman does not know how to lead, she will mislead him. And that is where it starts from. That's where this toxicity comes from. That's where she will not see him as a high value man or a worthy man. So it goes back to the man. A woman has higher intelligence when they are growing up than a boy.
That's right.
Yeah, because our science proves that a a man's brain is bigger. But again, a female's brain is verbal on two sides of the hemispheres. Hemispheres of the female brain is verbal. She can speak more than a man. You understand? So your question was, how should men speak up to their relationship? There's no way a man should speak, yet woman was designed to speak more. A man is designed to lead.
There are women who are ready to, there are women here on a broadcast, they want to know how they can help their men speak. Because the men, some are not even suffering, or some have a lot of secrets, but there are women who want their men to share secrets with them, but they need to create a safe place for that man to be open up.
There's no way how that is going to happen in this generation. Maybe we can go back to the values and the norms.
To old ways.
Of the old ways, the old setting, you understand? And teach this to the next generation. Now, the mothers here, the single mothers here and other mothers.
The single mothers are going to kill you today.
No, I'm speaking facts. They are the ones that have feminized men, and now they are suffering with them.
They're going to kill you.
Understand? So now
and
we have a chance.
You're the one making them single mothers.
We have a chance. Right? The men that make them single mothers are the men that
are crying.
They nurtured. Because remember, in the gender roles, it's the female that nurtures. You understand?
So you mean single mothers, they nurtured their fellow men, so now they're suffering.
Yeah, single mothers and the so-called feminists.
They nurtured some men.
They are trying to feminize the whole society, and it's going to destroy it. You understand? It is. If you want to go back, if you want to correct this, we need to go back to the values of our forefathers and great forefathers, especially in the African settings. Not even the African settings, even these other Western settings also had the same. Look at the kings, how they used to behave.
But they had a lot of women.
They had a lot of women, but then they had that masculinity in them. There's a way how they would command the society, they would lead the society, and all women, these women were humble enough to submit all
Nowadays,
the time.
Nowadays, you marry two, they're going to beat you.
Now the solution, the other solution that I talked about is about men spending much more time with men. Even the research showed that men who spend much of the time with females do not lead well. They don't even succeed well.
You're right.
You understand? So let these men who are suffering at home spend much more men. They choose like 5 men who are masculine, who are grounded and have maybe happy marriages, and they nurture them. They help them to get off that radar, all those tricks, that trickery of men, of female feminizing them. Yeah.
Wow. Because I'm a woman, I think I got some that disagree, but it's okay. I agree with you. Me, I support traditional ways, guys. I'm a traditional woman. Anything about men suffering, like when you're a woman, you're making men suffering, I don't support you. I'm not on your side at all, even if you're my fellow women. Women say, since you're a woman, you have to support me because I'm also a woman. I don't agree with women who are who are disrespecting men. If you want men, behave like women, don't behave like men, because men don't want competitors. Not so?
Yeah, sure.
They don't want competitors. Men want to come home when everything is in a good place. That's why you're home. In this topic, what I've understood is that single mothers, you've done... I'm sorry, I'm not... Single mothers are going to kill me. Okay, guys, not in a bad way. Dr. Kane, he has said that, what I've picked more is that women who are practicing feminism. Guys, it's not bad to practice feminism, but sometimes you're too much. Too much of anything is bad. You're demanding equality. You want everything for yourselves. You forget about men.
Yeah, feminizing men.
Always. So, you're putting this thing of feminism into men. You're raising boys. So if you're raising boys when you demand equality, sometimes you're teaching them female stuff. Or you don't give them a chance to act like men sometimes. So, what I've understood about Dr. George's point of views, is that most men are raised by feminists and single mothers. That's why some of them, they are so coward. They're afraid of speaking up sometimes. They don't want to act like men. But real men, they are very strong and they are protective. And as we wind up, Mr. Ken, I want you to give some advice to men who are struggling in marriages. I'm sure they are here watching you. They want to hear what advice can you give them?
Okay, this advice is gonna cut across and not only married men, but all men in general. You know, you need to become a man of high value. If your woman is disturbing you, if you're having issues with women, that means there's something you've not learned. You know, you have to go back on the drawing board and ask yourself, who am I? First, get to know your strength as a man, your values as a man, and don't compromise. If you want to change this current relationship, I told you, you have two things. Either get away with that abusive partner or become a man of high value. There's no female who is going to submit to you when you are a man of low frequency. Women submit to higher frequency. Even if she's earning much more than you, you have to make sure you earn much more than them. You understand? Or much more than her. You understand? There's no way how she's going to submit to your low energy. She will say in the dating arena, she will say that, yeah, no, even if you're not earning that much, you know, I'm okay, I will compromise. This is love. It's never about love. You understand? These women don't love you. I'm telling you, they love who you are and what you can provide.
Very true.
You understand? So you may think that you bring love on the table, it's not going to help at all, you know? So become a man of higher frequency, a man of high value. And to those who have been unfortunate with relationships, with marriages out there, whether you're in USA, whether you're in Asia, Europe, Australia, even here in Africa and East Africa and Uganda in particular, I highly recommend this Motherland Queen. I recommend Madina. She can always help you get a submissive wife, a high value woman who understands how to take care of her man and submit to that man in a way that will harmonize the home, keep you feel like a man, the king that you are. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks so much, Dr. Ken. For real, it was a long discussion, interesting and inspiration. Men out there, I hope you've had the advice he gave you. So, Western men, you're welcome here in Uganda or in Africa. You're welcome on my channel. It's called Motherland Queen. If you really need a woman who's ready to be traditional and you want to feel like a king, go to the comment section and you tell me, just write the word, I'm ready. If you say the word, I'm ready, then I'll be here to answer you.